Hello, my name is Edwin.
What up, y'all? This is Jeff.
And this is Frantic. Welcome everyone to Tilted Not Stirred.
Oh yeah.
It is what is it?
It
It is
is
Tuesday.
Monday. Oh no, it is Tuesday. Oh
It
shit.
is Tuesday, October 18th. This fine Tuesday evening. I have the next 3 days off, so
Oh shit.
today is my Friday. So
Turn up.
oh yeah, we popping off. Give me all the air horns. Let's go.
Any particular reason why you get the 3 days off?
Yeah, just that's not important. So, anyways, for today's,
Wait, you asked for them off?
it's a staycation. Okay, I want to play video games. Edwin, is that what you want me to say? Is that what you
No,
want
I was
everybody at
just-
home to know? I'm a nerd.
No, I was wondering if that was the sole purpose, or you actually they gave them to you, or I don't know what the hell.
I have
situation was.
I basically have flexible time off, and I can ask whatever days I want off. And for those who might remember, for those who are OGs to the podcast, around this time last year, I was very excited for a little game called New World, and well, today, as it turns out, today, October 18th, they released their update slash expansion. It's more of an update, but anyways, a huge update, and yeah, so I just said, you know what, I'm gonna take the next couple of days off. Just gonna go ahead and play games instead of working. I'm still gonna get paid, so that's cool. And then I have a wedding on Friday, so gonna
All
go to
right,
that as well.
sounds like a good time, dude.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of weddings, y'all remember I said I was going to a Syrian wedding last
Yeah.
episode? Yep.
Yeah.
So, wow. That is their weddings go hard, man. Their weddings go hard. I was I couldn't remember if the bride, she's the one that we know from school. I couldn't remember if she was Lebanese or if she was Syrian, but so she is a Syrian. And damn, dude, this wedding was sick. The husband was Mexican, so shout out to the homie, representing the raza. And 90% of the wedding was basically all the bride side, so it was basically a Syrian wedding, and there was an abundance of food. And when I say abundance, I mean imagine the table. As soon as we get there, the table's already full of food, and this is all just like the snacks. Then they bring out like the main courses, and then everyone starts dancing, and they're doing the whole wedding ceremony stuff. We get back to our table, and there's even more food there, and it's like, wait, well, why do they keep bringing more food? We're done eating. And then they bring more food, and then they bring fruit, and then they bring cake, and then it's just like, holy shit, dude.
Was it like Syrian goodies or?
Yeah, it was all Syrian food. It was super
man.
good, but it was just like, yo, we all felt really bad by the end because literally every single table was just like I'm surprised the tables didn't fall over because of the amount of food that were on these tables.
Piles of food. Holy shit, that's crazy.
It was crazy, but hey, I mean, they get down, dude. Syrians get down. For anyone who's been to a wedding, how would I put it? Like Middle Eastern weddings. I don't know if they're all like this, but her family is like, imagine even like all the grandpas and the uncles and everybody like dancing and singing and having like the grand old time. Like they're not just like, sitting at the table doing nothing. They act literally everyone singing, dancing. It was a beautiful thing.
That sounds fun, man.
Yeah, I look forward to hopefully she invites us to more parties. Yeah, that was cool. You guys do anything this weekend?
Yeah, I went camping. Camping has always been something that I enjoy. And we went camping with a bunch of coworkers, or it was like a agency shindig, and where you get to meet like your higher ups, shake hands. make sure that they know you. And it was really fun. I met some people that, you know, they worked in the interpretation side of state parks that I don't really interact with. And these guys are real homies. We're just sharing stories of our visitor services days, where those people are the people that welcome people to the parks, answer any questions you may have. And they're just sharing overall just stories of how hilarious it is to work with the public, and we just cry laughing. It's nighttime. We got some a lady in IT was like, "Yo, I'm a smorologist." And we're just like, "What word?" And then she's like, "Yeah." So she showed us like all the little tips and tricks on making s'mores,
No way. So like
Yeah.
actual like
Yeah,
top
like
tier
tips and tricks.
s'mores. Okay.
Yeah, she was like, "Okay, so you put your marshmallow in your stick, right? You got that going on, right?
All right.
But then you're going to put on the same stick, you're going to put your Reese's, right? And you're going to put a Reese's on top as a little hat, and you're going to put all that in the fire. The Reese's is going to melt down into the marshmallow."
Oh my god.
And we're just like, "What the fuck?" And then she just did that shit. She's like, put that on the little, s'more, and she's like, "What's good, right?"
How does she keep
And
the Reese's from falling?
it's practice, right? She got the little technique going on. The chocolate melts down and adheres to the marshmallow so that nothing falls. And then you just put all that good stuff into a s'more. And then she's like, "Well, I have Twix. Let me show you what to do with Twix." And we're just like,
No, please.
"Bruh." And she did this Twix thing where she put two Twix and a marshmallow, and used the Twix cookies and the chocolate as the marshmallow, whatever. It was crazy. And then my boss is like, "Hey, I got a tip, right?" He got his little Keebler elf cookies, the ones with the striped chocolate and stuff. And he used that. He's like, "Just melt a marshmallow and put this in the Keebler elf cookie." And that shit was dank as fuck too. It was just like, you don't need any more chocolate. It already has it on the cookie. You just melt your little marshmallow and you put that in the Keebler elf cookies. And we got some.
Y'all got down. Hold up. That actually almost sounds more exciting than the wedding.
Yeah, we all stayed up, till midnight. That's the shit we never heard in parks because, we all go to sleep pretty early. So we're up just in midnight, just laughing the night away. We decided to walk to the liquor store and get some beers. That shit was nice, and it reminded me of the good old days where you had nothing to do and you just did random shit. Like, let's go walk to the liquor store together and pick some shit up. And I don't know, it was pretty fun and just hilarious. And we did that. Camping itself it's always been like, it's always fun for me. I don't know, having limited resources, struggling a little bit is good for everyone in terms that it makes you appreciate what you do have. Right?
Yeah.
So after spending a couple days without my computer, I was just like, fuck, I wonder what my computer's doing right now. Like, I was missing it, but I was like, you know what? This is fun as fuck too. Right? Showering, you can only shower during, like, the water's cold and then temperature outside was cold. So I showered in the morning at like 7 a.m. and that was pretty cool, but it's not for everyone. And I walked around a nice little mountain town for it too, and it was just beautiful. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Very exciting, man. And you know what? I don't really care too much for like camping or anything like that, but when you phrase it, like when you said like you have limited resources, that part kind of did feel kind of fun, and that basically with limited resources, it kind of breeds creativity, right? Like you have to figure out how you're gonna ration things, or like in case of emergency, I gotta make sure that I got a little something extra in case of something pops off, or et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. Maybe I just like to gamify a lot of stuff, but I could kind of see the appeal. Now that
But even
when you meant like the way that you talked about it, kind of see it.
even with food, right? You have to have shelf stable stuff. Things that you're not gonna have like the dankest meal ever unless you're glamping, right?
Right.
If you're just doing, you know, some standard camping, you're not gonna have the best meal. But when you go back into civilization and are able to get that meal, it's just, I don't know. It just feels so much fucking better. It's just like a little struggle helps a lot of people appreciate things. And I think that that's like, you can't be on your phone. You can't retreat into your phone because your phone dies, and how are you going to charge it? Right?
Yeah. For those at home, would you mind explaining to them what glamping is? Because now I'm starting to think that maybe my version of camping isn't as hardcore for you, and I might actually be glamping.
Well, glamping is, people who have, generators. When you have an RV of some sort, you have anything that can provide
like actual restrooms.
Yeah,
And
you have
running water.
you have everything.
Yeah, you have
running
everything.
water, restrooms.
You have your living room,
stuff
but
like that.
outside.
Yeah.
I
And in the
see.
campground that I had showers and stuff. That's usually not a thing. But when you have showers, like that's really fucking nice. Like I myself, I wouldn't consider myself that a camping trip, but I did not have any of that, the amenities like I just mentioned in glamping.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, glamping is cool. It's respectable, right? You're out there, you're having fun, you're having a good time, and you're not uncomfortable. Because a lot of camping, like, you have to make some sacrifices or leeway when it comes to sleeping, right?
Uh-huh.
I bought a pad, like a little inflatable pad that has just an inflatable portion, and it has foam on it as well, right? And the reason I bought something like that was because if I got an entirely inflatable thing, that thing like crunches every time I move,
Right.
and I don't like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you put that down underneath your sleeping bag, and sure, you can put other things like a blanket, like one of those, lion blankets, the little Mexican lion ones, provide extra padding.
There's nothing little about those blankets.
Hey man, those
Yeah.
things are the real deal, right?
You provide extra padding, right? And that's you'll sleep like a fucking baby, right? But with just the little foam pad that I had, right? If you sleep on your side, your hip is gonna be touching the ground at all times. Like your hip is gonna sink into that pad, and you're gonna be
Okay.
touching. So it's one of those things that sleeping isn't always a comfortable thing, right? You could you can fix it, by either getting a cot or doing some shit. Like one of my coworkers was planning to sleep on his hammock, but then it started raining on us, so that was like a wash. But
It
I don't
did
know.
rain this weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah, it rained a lot.
And you were out there.
And we're out there, so it was
So
fun.
what did y'all do?
We got rained on.
Did you get the full lightning storms too, or nah?
Yeah, just lightning. It was fucking gorgeous. Just being out there in the fucking dark, just seeing the light just illuminate the. It was beautiful. But
Wow.
yeah, that's what I did. I camped. I met a smorologist, and it was fun times.
The moral of the story is always bring a tarp.
I had my tent has a little rain shield, so there's not a lot of no water comes inside. So I was just there. Otherwise, if you don't have the rain shield, you could see the night sky, and it's beautiful. So yeah.
Wow, man. Very nice. Very nice. Glad you had a good weekend. Jeff, anything you'd like to add about yours before we start?
I spent mine miserable, but not surprised. And disappointed, but not surprised.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about it?
Nah. Roll the intro.
Oh shit, we hadn't done the intro and I was all woo. I was deep into fucking camping. Yeah. I've been saying yeah a lot. I don't know why.
Best record in franchise history for what?
That never matters, dude. I'd rather have an 80-win season and win the World Series than whatever the fuck this was.
Yeah. Basically, folks, the LA Dodgers lost to San Diego Padres over the weekend, and Jays Louise, man. Could not have thought of a worse way to end the season.
Yeah,
After
it wasn't
something
the Giants,
so promising.
All right,
Yeah.
we have that to hang our hat on. We didn't lose to the Giants.
I guess, but now we're just going to be made fun of by Padres fans for the rest of the year, basically, and probably next as well.
I mean, if they got to win now, because if they don't win, it doesn't mean shit.
I guess that's true. All right, well, before we get into today's topic, I do want to provide a little bit of that good old public service announcement. So, hashtag my president, Joe Biden. Well, yesterday was the 17th of October.
The 17th.
Yeah, well, he came out and announced that those student loan forgiveness applications are now formally open. So if y'all go over to the studentaid.gov/debt-relief/application, or just go ahead and Google student aid debt relief application. It should be the top one, but just make sure if you do go to apply, you want to make sure that you are on the .gov site. Don't go no .com nor .net. Don't get scammed, folks. So .gov, very important. It's a very, very short application. Jeff, you fill it out?
Yeah, it's literally just your name, phone number, email, and your social. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all they want from you.
Pretty damn easy. And all they do say is that like if you qualify, like they give you like 4 little bullet points of like, do you qualify under any of these things? If yes, then go ahead and hit that submit. So we covered this already in a previous episode. So for those of you who are interested in that student loan forgiveness, there it is. Very quick application. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And that's basically it for the news. Unless, we talked a little bit yesterday about overemployment. Do you guys want to talk about that today?
Not really. I kind of lost steam on that one, but basically overemployment is a thing that's happening where people who stay at home, that work from home, right, are having multiple jobs, in the sense that they have multiple full-time jobs that they can operate because they stay at home. And a lot of work sites are wanting for you to submit a proof that you have quit your job before getting the official job offer for your new job. They don't want you to have multiple jobs if you can work them and stuff like that, because they considered it as what was that quote, theft. And it's a new form of theft and deception is what a CEO is calling this, that people are just having multiple full-time jobs, earning, the article says, up to $600,000 a year, but that seems a little steep.
That's like 2 executive jobs right there.
Yeah, it sounds a little fucking ridiculous.
Unless these tech companies are paying absurd amounts of money.
If you guys want to look into it, it's a Business Insider article, and it's tech CEO calls overemployment trend a new form of theft and deception. So
it's fucking wild, man. First we got silent quitters, people who do the bare minimum, and now you got people who do 2 jobs simultaneously.
We agreed not to call it the bare minimum, all right?
And now we call it overemployment.
It's not the bare minimum. It's doing your job.
Doing just your job.
As it's written.
Yeah, it's doing your job as written.
Yeah. And okay, yeah. So that's silent quitting, and then now we also have overemployment. And not gonna lie, even my parents have suggested it to me as well. Like, hey, maybe you should take on a second job since it seems like you have all this time.
Be a telemarketer on the side.
Basically, since like my time of commute, how long does it take for you to commute to and from work, Edwin?
2 hours every day.
So now imagine I have 2 more hours every day than you, because I get to work from home. Yeah. And my parents are like, hey, maybe you should take on a second job. I don't know, something on the side. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I understand the pressure of making more money, especially now that we're still young and we should be working towards our future, et cetera, et cetera. But I also do think it's kind of telling, like the situation that we live, the times that we live in, basically, where folks need to take on 2 jobs even while doing white collar work from home. Like, that has it really got, like, have we reached that point where if you want to get ahead, this is what you must do now?
If you're taking 2 jobs and making $600,000, you're already well above the curve, and you don't need to be working that second job.
Well, right, but let's say you have 2 $50K an hour jobs, and now all of a sudden you're making 6 figures. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's
fucking huge. And if you can fuck these corporations, go ahead and do it.
Jesus. I remember reading the article a little bit, and I remember basically reading that some of these workers that are quote unquote engaging in this overemployment, basically they avoid meetings because like one job, like if there's 2 conflicting meetings, then obviously it's going to be tough. So like the way that they juggle having 2 jobs at the same time is kind of crazy. I could see how it's very possible though, as someone who's been working from home for nearly 2 years now. I could definitely see how it's possible to do both. But damn.
Yeah, like let's say you do get a 100K job, right? You get that 100K job, you are more than qualified to work another 100K job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
But you have to be able to do both 100K jobs at the same time, is the problem.
It's an adjustment period. You got that.
If you're able to maintain 2 jobs, are you silently quitting on both of them?
I think you are. You're not going. I mean, yeah.
You're not going to go above and beyond when you already have 2 high-paying jobs.
Yeah. You just got to do enough to not get fired. That's it.
Which for some companies isn't a lot.
That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. I want a work from home job. What the fuck?
Yeah, I recommend, man. I don't know how you'd be able to do your job from home, but if you could find out a way to do it.
Get a kick-ass drone, dude.
Get a fucking drone and just be strapped at home. Like,
yeah,
hold on, you guys. I got a little McDonald's grease on this control real quick. I need to wipe it off. Damn, that's crazy. But that article really caught me off guard because I didn't expect people to be working multiple full-time positions at a time. If people are making $600K, that means multiple as in like more than 2.
It's gotta be, right? I think Jeff had mentioned yesterday, like if you work in tech, you're able to basically write a script so you can work multiple jobs. Yeah. Oh, how was that, Jeff?
Well, it depends on the job, right? If it's like something as simple as data entry, you could easily write a script that can, read the document, spit it back into the Excel sheet. And if you just have like 10 of these jobs, the work can be done very quickly and you're just basically doing nothing all day.
That's some genius shit right there.
Dude, I just found out how to do pivot tables. Oh my God. I'm so badass at Excel right now, dog.
Pivot tables? Wow.
Yeah, pivot tables.
Get a load of this guy.
fucking oof. I'm so good, dude. I can write expert at Excel on my resume now. Oof. I'm just kidding. I fucking suck at Excel, but those pivot tables are pretty handy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, before we bore people with pivot tables, how about we get into what the topic of today is? You left them in suspense long enough.
All right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep with the spooky theme, seeing as how it is October, and we've got some spoopy stories to tell for all y'all.
Yeah, get your work from home, chair, pull it up to the proverbial campfire, and get ready. We're gonna share some scary stories in the dark.
Ooh.
Cue fire sounds. Cue crackling noises. All right, so who wants to start?
Well, you have 3 poems, right, Edwin? You can do one, I'll do mine, and then you can do your second one.
Okay. So I have 3. One of them is like really, really short, so it's just 2. So I have this one I got from r/short scary stories on Reddit, right? I really originally wanted to do the origin story for La Llorona, but those are full-blown fucking stories, and we'd be sitting here for a while. So this is Hidden by the Rustling Corn. The shortcut through the cornfield tempts you as you're walking home. The clouds above keep the moon concealed. As you enter the swaying corn alone. The crone grows tall and thick, my friend. The path you choose is muddy. It grows and rows without scope or end. And in the dark, you hurry. You don't see the standing forms as you pass them on your way. They stand amongst the swaying corn, which hides their parlor and decay. Hundreds gather in this field tonight, though you see none at all. Yet you look around in fright, but the corn grows thick and tall. You tell yourself as you continue through, it's merely the rustling of the leaves, but they see you and they hear you, and they may not let you leave. Ooh.
Scary stuff.
Ooh, frightening.
Don't go into those corn mazes, people. There's eyes.
Dude, I've seen way too many videos of corn mazes and just cornfields, and it just like it's way too creepy. I can't imagine being out on a farm at night with like no streetlights.
Just hug one wall, dude. That's it. You'll always find your way. Just hug left or hug right. I am a man of culture, so I'll hug left.
I mean, not as terrified as when I was a kid, but like the dark is just, ooey. Anyways, yeah, being out on a farm on a maze, like a corn maze or cornfield, whatever. I wouldn't shut down, but like,
I'd be walking through the corn at some point.
I would not know what to do, man. Any little sound would just kind of like freak me the fuck out.
I love walking in the dark. It's pretty fucking great. I don't know. It's just something so primal, so animalistic of it. And I definitely enjoy walking in the dark. And I think it's just a luxury we have as men, but that shit's fucking great.
Alright, I guess Edwin's the one we gotta be worried about.
Yep.
He's the one who's confident in the dark.
He's the one who's watching you in the maze.
You blend in, dude. Alright, go ahead, Jeff. Give us your story. Your spooky story.
Let me clear my throat real quick. So, I found this on a website. It's called Ultimate Camp Resource. There's no author to this, so no credit. Sorry, guy.
Or gal.
Yeah, or gal.
Or
non-binary, or whatever you identify as. We're cool with that. This is called Creak. Creak. A sound. Faint, distant, but still heard. Crack. Something snapping or being trampled on. The man sits in his room, reading. The room is silent except for the quiet fire burning. Creak. Just the house settling, nothing more. Crack. Perhaps some small animals outdoors? Whoosh. Was that the wind? The man stands up and peeks out the window. A clear night is all he sees. The full moon brilliant in the sky. Laughing at his nervousness, he returns to his book. Creak. The man now silently chuckles at the sound. Crack. How could he have been scared of some sounds? Whoosh. Must be breezy out tonight. Thump. Did that come from within the house? The man stares into the fire, trying to calm his jangled nerves. Creak. Crack. Whoosh. Will the sounds never cease? Thump. 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 Closer, he thinks. The sounds are getting closer. He shuts the book and closes his eyes, and thinks of something besides his wild imagination. Creak. Thump. Crack. Thump. Whoosh. Thump. 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 A pause? The man moves quietly, slowly towards the door with a nervous gait. Thump. A step back. Thump. Yes, it's getting closer. Thump. He stares at the door, trying to somehow see through it. Thump. He reaches slowly for the doorknob, hand shaking, no longer able to take not knowing. Creak. A loose floorboard near the door outside. Thump. He slowly opens the door. A scream. Silence.
Damn. That was good.
Did he? Wait, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, damn it, dude.
They got
That's
him.
really good. That's really good.
Did they though?
I don't know. That's up to the reader's interpretation, I suppose.
Dude, it's all in his imagination, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
There's no way.
Definitely love the onomatopoeia, you know, the sounds, and then eventually just, oof, that's some good shit.
Yeah, I like the setting. You know, I picture this as a man in a cabin in the woods. You know, just out in nature, not knowing what's outside. That freaks me
100%.
out, dude. Cabins just like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
pretty
know.
eerie
I don't know
stuff.
how people live like that.
Well, there's been stories of people who get like people coming over their house at like 2, 3 a.m. wanting something, and they're outside forever. And it turns out those guys, you know, they get them on their like cameras and shit, and those guys are like killers or serial killers of some sort, like people who were wanting to kill that night. You know, there's
Yeah.
those stories that are fucking wild.
I mean,
Shit, it doesn't even have to be people, dude. It's just like staring out the window and seeing something staring back. Even if it's just an animal, that's fucking terrifying.
for all the bad things that we could say about guns, you think that the people that live out like that in like the middle of nowhere, you think they should be allowed to have guns?
100%, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the Second Amendment. But it is a it's a privilege, not a right. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I just saw a video of on Reddit. Some guy watches his football team lose. He goes and punches his TV down and takes his Glock out and starts shooting at it.
Yeah, those people shouldn't have guns.
Very responsible owner. So, here's one called Last Messages, right? So the messages
Wait, was
go
it last or lost?
last, as in
Okay.
like
Final.
if you're not first, you're last.
Ricky
So,
Bobby.
it says, "I love you, Mom. I can hear footsteps on the stairs. I think he's outside my room. I hear sirens, but they're far away. I'm hiding in the closet. I hope he didn't hear me. Hang on, I heard something downstairs. The cops are already here looking for him. They'll catch him. Don't worry, Mom. I'm safe. I love you." The cop said he's some escaped serial killer and he's been breaking into homes around the area. Yes, Mom, it's on the news. I'll keep my doors locked. Now, these were not messages displayed in chronological order. I was reading the oldest one first. So, if you read it backwards, is yes, Mom, it's on the news now. I'll keep my doors locked. The cop said he's some escaped serial killer and he's breaking into homes around the area. Don't worry, Mom. I'm safe. I love you. The cops are already here looking for him. They'll catch him. Hang on. I heard something downstairs. I'm hiding in the closet. I hope he didn't hear me. I hear sirens, but they're far away. I can hear footsteps on the stairs. I think he's outside my room. I love you, Mom.
Damn. Chilling
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. That one's so fucking good.
I don't know, man.
A lot of dying in these stories.
Why is it always gotta be? Why can't the scary story ever have a happy ending, huh?
Because they're supposed to be scary, dude.
Man, that's some bullshit.
And here's a little bonus. It's the shortest horror story ever published. 1948. Written by Frederick Brown. This is the shortest scary story ever. Two sentences.
Is it about an ugly barnacle?
No. It's a 2-sentence story. The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door.
All right.
That one's so good.
Wait, can you say it again? I'm lost.
The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door.
To be fair, you did say man, okay?
I mean, yeah. I mean, shit. But
we're pro women here, okay, Edwin?
the last human on
There you
earth.
go.
I am the one who knocks.
That one's pretty good. I like it for a 2-sentence.
Can you
Fucking
explain?
short
I mean,
story.
I think it's fine, but like, why? What does it mean?
He's
Not alone. Yeah, he's all alone, but then a knock at the door. So what is it? Who could it be? You know?
Yeah.
Aliens.
I don't know. It's really good. I like that shit. It's pretty great. But,
Okay.
yeah. Scary stories, man. Always so fucking good.
Yeah, I think mine would be really good if you were actually at a campfire, and then you say silence, and then someone jumps out of a bush and screams.
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Or just someone just steps on a branch, you know?
Yeah, something like
Well,
that, you know?
With all the cracks and the drops and the thuds.
Well, for what I brought to this episode was a little bit of information that I thought was kind of cool because I couldn't really find a cool scary story because I mean scary stories are fine, but like I'm not really into them. But however, I do like information. So here we have an article.
Is it scary information?
This California city was just named the most haunted in the USA.
Oh, shit.
So there's a study. Yes, in fact, people do in fact study these things, guys. It's no joke. This is
It's very scientific. Yeah.
very
I've seen
real.
EMF readers and slow motion cameras. You got to look out for those orbs that totally aren't specks of dust. Continue.
So Porsche.com has compiled the data to make the assertion that Port Costa, California is the most haunted spot in the country. And I looked up what Porsche.com was just to see who the hell they are. And I guess they're a company that helps you move and remodel and basically anything that has to do with home stuff. So credible. There's more credible sources further down in this article, but I did find it interesting that the most haunted city was in California, because I don't really picture California as a scary place. But apparently Port Costa is a small gold rush era town. It has only 242 residents, but has already experienced 53 ghost encounters. That means that if each encounter is only linked to one living resident, then 1 out of 4 has seen a ghost.
Oh, shit. Are they sure it was a ghost and not a guy trying to get some insurance benefits from the town?
Maybe they're all looking at the same ghost. Who knows?
I'm looking at Port Costa, California. Where are we at? How far away from this place?
I could totally see this being a Scooby-Doo situation, you know?
Yeah, right. And they better hope we don't go out there, because we're those meddling kids, right?
Mhm.
It's right. It's in between San Francisco and Santa Rosa or Sacramento.
So it's north?
Yeah, it's north.
I would think these things would be further south, because that's where the missionaries happen, and I would think some terrible things happened at some of those places.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So apparently here at Port Costa, there's some hauntings reported at the Burlington Hotel, which may have been a brothel in its heyday. Across the street from the hotel, there's some ghosts that allegedly hang out at a warehouse bar. There's been other reports of spectral breezes blowing across patrons' faces, a woman in a blue dress that could be seen briefly passing through. It's just basically a lot of like paranormal stuff. And among the others on this list of scary cities, second place was Yorktown, Virginia, Revolutionary War battle site with 25 different paranormal locations. So Yorktown, Virginia, yeah, I guess. Third place is Gale, Texas, where lights flicker in an abandoned high school and a ghost voice warns, "I'm here." And you got Jacksonboro, South Carolina as fourth, and then so on, so on. So this is just a list of scary cities.
I wonder if the disembodied voice has a Texan accent. That'd be kind of cool.
You mean a patriotic accent?
I'm here, brothers.
Where the fuck you at, boy?
Yeah. So this was all according to Porsche.com, which I guess they didn't really cite a whole lot of sources here. It might be like some sort of independent, like anecdotal stuff, or I don't know how they came about this, but the next source is a lot more credible, let's say.
Oh shit.
So I talked about different towns. Well, now we're going to talk about kind of like states in general, like as a whole. And the winner for the most haunted state is Maine.
I could see that.
In Maine, there is 57.8 ghost sightings per 100,000 residents. Second place is North Dakota with 52.5 per 100, and third place goes to Oklahoma with 48.2 out of 100,000 residents. And all of this is based on the crunching data from Ghosts of America and the Census Bureau. Other very notable things on the Census Bureau and the Ghosts of America website is ghosts are more likely to appear in the bedroom, with 15% of ghost sightings being reports of the ghost being in the bedroom. 5% are hands in the attic. 9% appear in the basement. The most likely form of a ghost is a girl at 12%.
You know what's funny? The bedroom is the place where you're supposed to feel the most safe, right? And it's just so funny to think about that the people who do see ghosts or, whatever, report ghosts, it's in their bedroom. It's like, that's kind of nice. It's kind of cool to see that, like, it's bastardizing their space, their safe space. Whereas the attic, you're already not feeling fucking great.
Same with a basement, right?
Yeah, you're already not feeling great. But the top being like fucking bedroom, that shit's spooky. It adds a great flavor to it.
So let me come at you with a believer, quote unquote, because I don't really believe in ghosts. So what if the ghosts are haunting the bedroom is because that's where they themselves felt the most secured? So when they were killed in their bedroom, they felt so attached to the room that they stayed there, bro.
Well, also, okay, so places, the places you were naming, like, I was wondering what happens if, like, during a civil war, right? The Civil War happened, a lot of people fucking died. Wouldn't there be a lot more ghosts or ghost potential in that type of area?
In those areas? Well, I mean, Yorktown, Virginia was second place for spookiest city, and it
And
used to
then
be
you had
a
like North Carolina there
battle
too,
site.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, I could see that. Where a lot of crazy shit just happened there.
Are there a lot of military ghosts?
Yeah, a lot of people see like people dressed in union clothes or you know.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
was
too much. I don't really look into a whole lot of ghost stuff. That's not really my vibe. However, Halloween is like my favorite holiday aesthetic wise because I do like. I guess I like how scary stuff looks, but I don't like being scared. Is a well simplest way of explaining it.
So you didn't
yeah.
go through a ghost hunters phase like I did?
No. Well, you like watching ghost hunter shows or what?
I did for a while. I don't know, it was fun. It was always like the jump scares or like the quote unquote jump scares. They'd be like, "What was that? Oh my god, what is that?" And they always did that for like the commercial break. Like, "Oh, what was that?" And then immediately they come back and it was like, "Oh, it was just the wind. Oh, it was just the house settling. Oh, it was just like for all the shit that the show gets, they very much did go in there with a scientific approach. At least they did at first, right? Where they would come in and be like, "Okay, you're hearing this because of this. This is what's happening here." Heck, and so on. And they're plumbers too, so at some point I actually saw them get in there and fix some dude's plumbing while they were hunting for ghosts. Because they were like, all right, this is
Wow.
rattling a lot. This is probably what they're hearing. Let's fix this for them.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just what the ghosts needed for them to finally fix that fucking restroom. You could finally get some rest.
But then like I'd
I
see them go to like actual scary places, like actually haunted places. And those were kind of cool because they'd always be like that disembodied voice in the recording. And I remember one Halloween they were doing a live investigation at I think it was the Stephen King hotel, the one that inspired him to write the book.
Uh huh.
And they were in like the basement and they were walking around calling out and someone at one point said hello and they were like what the fuck. And they like walked towards the location, found no one there, and it was just like it was the voice of a child, it was the voice of a girl, and you could hear it clearly in the like while watching the show. And I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know, it's like ooh spooky.
I stayed in the Queen Mary. I I rented a suite. Holy shit, I'm fucking struggling. But yeah, I reserved the suite and I stayed in the Queen Mary and did a little tour at nighttime. It was kind of cool.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
I'm out.
it wasn't spooky, dude. It was just old and decrepit and like all the noises you'd hear it's probably from like a
From
very
ghosts of the
old boat.
1920s.
Nope.
Just a
Nope. I'm out. I'm out.
It was just a very old boat, and I slept like a baby. She was beautiful in there, and
Edwin
I don't
woke
know.
up to hearing like a ballroom dance and he's like, oh, it's just the boat settling. And then
Yeah, it's just noises. The
someone
boat
walked into
noise.
his room and was like moaning and it was like, oh, that's just the maid changing the sheets, and he goes back to sleep.
Mm-hmm. She
That,
has a sheet on her head. Ah, that's hilarious. What a funny gal, But I don't know.
Edwin's
It
like
was.
that guy, like the hello demons. It's me. It's your boy.
It's your boy. What's good? I'm coming in your space.
Dude, the Queen Mary
Yeah.
is fucking beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
That's him walking in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to believe, but I still. So here's my take. I want to believe that ghosts are real. I don't believe they are, but I don't want to fuck with it either way.
Well, a
You
lot
don't
of
want
it
to
comes
disrespect
from.
them either, in case they do exist.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember we had a phase in the group where these guys wanted to go to like a bunch of haunted places, and I was just not about that.
Like okay, like religious backgrounds also play a huge part on whether you believe or not, and there's a lot of stories, right, that come from like ghosts, demons, right? Like the Ouija. How many stories did you hear about people playing the Ouija and just shit happening to them after the fact? Like
Made
I
by
don't know.
Hasbro.
But even
Yeah,
then,
why
right?
why do they sell Ouija boards? Is that weird? I always find that so weird.
You
And
gotta
why
get an
does
OG one, bro. So like, I think an actual Ouija board is made from like the casket of like a dead person.
What?
Yeah, that's like a real Ouija board right there.
you know what really
That's
weirds me
funny.
out about Ouija boards? Is why do we pronounce it Ouija, but it's spelled
With an O,
Ouija? Like what?
like
Ouija?
oui, like
It's a
the
Ouija.
French, a oui.
In Spanish is Ouija, and I'm like, yeah, I could, it makes sense. But in English, why do we call it a Ouija board?
It should be called the Luigi board. But
Luigi board.
Luigi, yeah, I fucks with Luigi and
A
Waluigi.
and a squeegee.
the squeegee board.
It's a squeegee board.
I'm partial to the Waluigi board. That's just a W and an A.
So
That's
the
all you
way
need.
it's supposed to work, right? Like people say, the way it's supposed to work is that you feel a certain pressure. It's usually two people handling the magnifying glass that you put over the letters, right? And you feel social pressure to move it. And that's what propels the Ouija board to give you answers. My thing is, how do people coincide their movement to get to where they need to be?
I
Right?
think I think it's what it is if they're not in on it, right? If someone's just fucking with them, that's one thing. But if they think this is what's truly happening, I think instinctually they'll want to just make up words as they go along, right? So
But if
subconsciously they'll probably already have an answer to whatever they're asking, and they'll just lead to that answer that they already have.
so one person's taking the lead and the other person's like just has their hand on it. What if that person's like it starts with an F and the other person's like fuck you, it starts with an A.
That's when
You
there's
know
two spirits conflicting, bro.
There's too many fucking spirits.
Yeah, there's too many
everywhere.
spirits and it's causing a ruckus.
That's why you need a medium. The medium will tell you what's happening. He's here. Did you have somebody who was hit by a car on the day of Halloween?
The
Oh,
board
oh
keeps
my
hovering
God.
between yes and no. What does that mean?
I fucking love that. Did you guys ever watch Haunting of Connecticut? I think.
No,
Yet.
I don't know what that
Oh
is.
man, that it was like a. I think they get a medium because their house is telling them shit. They get a medium and then they realize that their house is legit like lined with dead bodies inside the walls.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it's so fucking
Nope.
good.
Nope. I'm out. I'm out again.
Come on, Frantic. Would you come back for some Scooby snacks?
Make it too, bitch.
I'd come back for Velma. Where's
Give
she
me
at?
the box.
Where's Velma? But yeah, some good times, man. I love scary shit. I love I don't know. I don't like telling scary stories because I don't have any. Like the people that do have a lot of scary stories, like I like listening to them, right? But I don't think I have any scary stories. Do you guys have any scary stories that happen to you or anyone?
Yeah,
you know?
I've already told mine. Remember the lucid? No, the what is it? The when you're awake but asleep.
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah, the sleep paralysis of the guy reaching out to me. That was terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I had one too, a sleep paralysis too, where the guy was just pacing back and forth in my room. I think we told him during the same episode. Just a guy pacing back and forth.
Should
And
we
then when
retell him for the sake of the podcast?
Sure, if you want to tell yours, go ahead.
Yeah, well, mine is simple, right? I'm lying in bed, and I always used to sleep with my back to the room, and I was asleep, but I was fully conscious, right? Like any sleep paralysis would happen, and like I can't move, and I hear my door opening, and I can hear footsteps approaching my bed. And I can feel the indentation of my bed as if someone were sitting on it. And I feel this cold rush of air wafting, like reaching out towards me, like it's an arm about to grab me. And that's when I wake up. And for like a good few years, I couldn't sleep with my back to the room anymore.
Yeah, same thing with me. I was just laying there, having a good time, sleeping. And then for some reason you can see yourself sleeping. That's the funny part.
It's a trip. Yeah.
You see yourself
Some
sleeping.
third person shit.
You're sleeping, but with your eyes open. You can see, right? It's kind of funny. And yeah, I'm laying there on my back, and my door opens very slowly, and it peaks, and then it closes again, but it shuts really hard. And I'm like, oh fuck, I can't call out to this thing. Like, I have no voice. Like, I really can't call out. I'm choking on my own breath. Like, what the fuck? And then this thing walks in again. But this time, it's pacing back and forth around my room. And I'm looking at it pace back and forth. And I can't do anything about it. And as soon as I, like, get enough wind or whatever it is to make a sound from my, just to make a sound,
that's the
that
worst
thing
feeling, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It reaches out towards me, and then I wake up, and then I woke up screaming. I was just like, ah! That was a great fucking dream, but
dude,
it just felt so real.
Yeah. There was a point in time, right, where I was in college, and I had like sleep paralysis damn near every day. And it was always the fucking worst. Just trying to will yourself to wake up. Like, move my fingertips. I can't move my fingers. Try to call out. I can't open my mouth. And like, what I started doing was hyperventilating. I would like deprive myself of, I don't know. I would just hyperventilate, and that's how I'd wake up. Like, just heavy breathing. Like, and that's the only thing that worked for me to wake myself up. Because I feel like that's the only thing I was in control of, was my breathing.
What? You control your breathing? That's just automatic, but that's wild. That's cool.
But you get what I'm saying, right? It's like I like started hyperventilating myself to like will myself to wake up.
Yeah. Sleep paralysis, has that ever happened to you, Fennec?
Nah, y'all are some weirdos.
Nah, I don't hope it happens to you, because that shit's legit terrifying, but
nah, I sleep like a rock.
You do sleep like a rock,
and then
actually.
I wake up in the morning, and there it is.
Like a rotten on a dime.
Hey, you stop paying attention to Frantic.
He's asleep. Knocked out. Yep. The whole Frantic family has that. Has that ability.
All right. Well, I think this was a good podcast about spooky stories.
And it ended with real ones that actually happened to us.
All right. You guys have any closing thoughts on it?
Fuck.
I'll repeat myself from the last time we told these stories is don't sleep on your back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can attribute some truth to that, because when my incident happened, I was sleeping on my back.
Sleep on your side, because if you sleep on your back, you might snore a lot. That's what I gotta say about that.
Sleep on your side, because then you could put, like, if you have a soft blanket, you can put it between your hand and your face, and it's adorable as fuck. So yeah.
Whenever I think of sleeping on the side, have y'all seen those pillow cubes?
Pillow cube?
I've been getting advertisement for pillows that are in the shape of a cube, and they say that that's perfect for folks that sleep on their side. And I'm like, I sleep on my side, so I feel like it's targeted.
Targeted ads. Oh fuck! I'm gonna get it now. Actually, my phone didn't hear. As long as my phone doesn't hear, we're good.
All right. Well, I guess that'll just bring us to the end of the episode then.
You can reach us at our website, tiltednoster.com, or at our Instagram. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Remember to join us to share your questions and voice your thoughts on what has you tilted, not stirred.
Boo!
Maniacal laugh.
Save that for the next one.